Conversations with Marc and Devi, the mediums. Marc Stuart, the Scottish medium. Devi Wolf, the smallest medium. Conversations on topical subjects. On subjects other mediums would not dare talk about, but we do. The Marc Stuart Medium Network, demonstrating, discussing, and training in Scottish-style mediumship.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
And we know for a fact there's nobody watching us tonight because we're an hour early. And it's her fault. All Devi's fault.
Unless it's by mistake, it's not my fault. Not my fault. I had a previous commitment and he wanted me to work after the stream, and I can't do that.
So we brought the stream forward. Although somebody is watching us, so we've got somebody saw the announcement.
Somebody is watching.
Okay. So basically, folks, we've got a lot to get through tonight. So let me just, I'm sorry, I've got a light between me and the menu system, which is why I am clicking.
Well, we were wondering what you were doing. Look kind of like an ostrich.
Let me try and move the light. Okay, so a lot of news for you tonight. First off, we've got a big announcement to make about content. We are going to make a new series of videos, and I've even got a video to show you about it. And this lady is going to superstar in it.
Oh dear.
Wolf Investigations, a series of videos into the secret lives of Scottish Highland cows.
You didn't. You really didn't.
Let me just replay that in case you missed it.
Devi Wolf Investigations, a series of videos into the secret lives of Scottish Highland cows.
Yeah. No Scottish Highland cows on my toilet, thank God.
Basically, she's coming to Scotland. You know, we've even got a whole talk about her coming to Scotland planned in the near future. But essentially, she loves Highland cows, and I keep taking pictures of Highland cows, paintings, and models, and sending them to her. And now that we've got the AI, the AI video generation, I just couldn't resist it. So there you go. We're going to make a series of short comedies about Devi Wolf investigating the secret life. I'm going to take some of the paintings I've got and do a wee AI video, and she's going to do a talk, or I'll do an AI of her talking about it. I know how much she hates AI. Great. So that was a joke. The serious bit. As you probably don't realise, if you're watching this, we have 3 levels of training. There's what we call the Marc Stuart Medium Network, which essentially is discussions on Wednesday. These are the live streams that we do, and spiritual events on Sundays, free spiritual events on Sundays. And they break down to Marc with cards, open circles that we don't stream, but we do record and we do publish, and Marc doing rapid fire, which is and or will be streamed. We have found, and we've got two price levels for training: development circle level at $300, which then gets upgraded to $600 when you feel skilled enough to start marketing yourself, and we provide a lot of marketing services behind it. And we've got the 6 months professional course. I'm not even going to talk about the price for that. A lot of people recently have been complaining about the president, Mr. Trump, and the effect that he's having on the economy and the effect he's having on their income. And we've had a lot of people saying, I just can't afford it. And I think $300 for what we're giving is an absolute killer. So we're trying to find a way to make it easier for people to be able to afford the $300 training. So this is a kind of half-botched idea that I came up with in my head, and Devi liked it, so we went ahead and did it. First off, we're going to do more discussions on Wednesdays that you're going to have to pay to see. These will be very specifically training videos, covering up just basic stuff, me and Devi doing lectures, kind of stuff that we cover in the development circle that you're not going to get access to unless you sign up for the development circle. Development circle is not a circle, and Spirit guides people to us, that everybody's different. I wouldn't give the same information to everybody, but some people need specifics, and a lot of it is minutiae that you only give when you meet the person that needs that particular bit of help. I mean, we did one last week about somebody was coming across spirits that they thought were insane, and it wasn't insane, it was lost spirits. Now, that's something very specific, something that I can deal with. I've been trained for it. So we're going to put that in. So that's just one little nuance that we'll put into a lecture video. And at we're going to charge $75, and it'll be on Patreon. And if people they're maybe coming to the free circles and they're not ready yet to go up to the 300 level, but they do want to get more out of it than we do in the open circles, they can pay $75 a month, and it takes them up a level. The next level up is going to be $125. Now, the only thing you get for the extra $50 is going to be a free reading every month. So this is for people specifically that want readings, that don't want the free readings. I mean, I always say to people, when people say to me, why should I train you? Why should I pay you to join your development circle? Well, apart from the obvious, that I'm very good at training people and I get results. But if you want to get a reading, do you want to get a reading from somebody that's been trained by people like myself and Devi and earn a living doing it? Or do you want to get a reading from somebody on Facebook that's just practicing and doesn't have any skills? So this is for people that want readings. They also want to develop. So they pay $125 and you get one reading for $50, effectively for the $50 per month. Now, trust me, I charge up to $200 a reading, and you're going to be able to book me at the $50. So this is a serious discount from me. It's also a serious discount for Devi. Different mediums will do different times, and there's going to be 3, maybe 4 mediums doing this. Every medium that's involved in training people in our business will be available to be booked. And when people join the $300 level, when I think they're ready for it, and only when I am comfortable with it, they will also be available for booking. Now, before everybody says, oh God, we've got to book Marc, I will limit my time. So we will match up the number of people, available slots, to the number of people that have got the free readings. So you're never going to get a situation where 500 people are all trying to book me, because I'm not going to be available for 500 readings.
No.
I will limit myself to a number, and I'll make Devi and Dee, we'll come to her in the news in a minute, they will also be limited. And as the students get better, yes, you could say they're doing it to get practice, but think about it. If you're paying $300 to be trained by me, and you've got to a certain level, and we've got a captive little market, it might only be 50 people, but that's 50 people that are all looking for readings. That $50 gets paid straight to the medium that does the reading. So I'm not keeping the money. If we get a student, they only have to do 3, 4, 5 readings a month, and effectively they're paying less than the Patreon level. And of course, at the training level, you also get access to everything on Patreon. So it all cross-sells, it all fits together. Timescale for launching this, I'm putting a website up, a form that you can register in advance, probably this weekend. We'll update the website to tell people in a bit more detail about it. The $75 level will probably launch next month, and the $125 level will launch the month after. So I'm losing track. This is September. So October will be the launch of the $75 level. November will be the launch of the $125. That also gives me time to get some of the students up to speed so they know what they're doing and make sure that they're available. Right, so that's the big bit of news that we wanted to tell you about.
News, we're moving to Patreon, yes.
Yeah, the next bit of news is I am moving house to Wales. The Scottish medium is going to Wales.
That's fabulous.
Only 13.
25% of the countries with spiritualist churches.
Yeah. We basically told you last week that I had got a booking in Wales. I've now got 2 bookings. There's a little bit of confusion about the date. They're saying they want me to come on Monday the 13th, and Monday's a Wednesday. So I don't know if they want me to come on Wednesday the 13th or Monday the 10th.
Right.
I've sent an email.
The 11th.
Yeah, or the 11th, sorry, yeah. I've sent them an email just asking them to clarify and said I'm available on both days, but let me know which day I'm coming. Is it Monday or is it Wednesday?
Right.
And is it the right year? I think they've maybe looked at the wrong year. They've maybe looked at this year and got the days mixed up. I haven't checked. Point is, in that particular week, beginning the 10th of May, I will be in Wales for 2 days doing 2 churches. So one's in Cardiff, the capital, The other one, I can't even pronounce the name because it's in Welsh. I apologise to that church. I'm not even trying. It's bad enough listening to a Scots accent. Imagine listening to a Scotsman.
Welsh is very hard to understand.
Yeah. Anyway, I will be at two churches. They're a couple of hours, I think they're about an hour and a half's drive apart in 2 nights. And my wife and I are going down. We're going to take a small holiday, and we'll do it. We'll try and find another couple of events to do round about that. Coming back to what we were talking about on Patreon, though, we stopped doing the walks on Sunday because I just didn't have enough time to edit them. We are going to start doing them again, but they'll be on Patreon, and they'll only be at the $75 level. So again, there's a lot more coming through, including that little joke I gave you about Devi doing her investigations into Highland cows. It's going to be comedy, and we are going to do it. I'm serious. But
okay.
It is going to be
nice to know that my photo shoot with the Highland cow is now going to be comedy. Okay.
Yeah. But I've got her riding in a rodeo, a Highland cow. I've got a Highland cow doing the toilet. I've got a businessman Highland cow. There's going to be a few videos that even Devi's not ready for.
Oh dear.
Right, I think that's the news for now, so let me get rid of that. So, folks, we've had a couple of comments. Kimberly, hello. So, what are we talking about tonight, Devi? Remind me.
We're talking about Arthur Conan Doyle and Sherlock Holmes and what the heck that has to do with spiritualism in the first place.
Actually, a huge amount.
It does, yes, but it doesn't make sense to most of us, so yes.
Let me show you a YouTube video. Now, I'm not going to play the YouTube video because the audio won't come across, but I will put the link into the comments so that you can go and watch it. This is an actual video recording of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. So that's what the man looks like. Who is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? Well, Devi, the first most important fact is, guess what his nationality is?
He's Scottish.
Did you hear that, people? He's
and he
Scottish.
Wrote Sherlock Holmes, and that's how most people know him. And a lot of other books, actually. But
yeah, a lot of other books.
Sherlock Holmes.
Now, Devi, explain to people who Sherlock Holmes. I mean, everybody knows who Sherlock Holmes is, but let's ram home the importance of Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes, well, Arthur Conan Doyle was a spiritualist.
Forget the spiritualist, just talk about Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes
only mentions spiritualism in one short story for one sentence. Thereafter, he's as factual, as practical as you can imagine. Who or what was he?
Who or what was who?
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes. I've never heard of Sherlock Holmes. I come from outer Mongolia. I know.
He was a detective.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
More importantly, he was the consulting detective.
Oh, yes.
Now, somebody just put up private eye detective. Yeah.
PI detective, yes.
Very true, Kimberly. But
I just have no idea what you were trying to get me to say.
I need to give it a script. We've got to stop doing this free form. Right. Okay. What is the most important feature in Scottish spiritualism? Now, you can answer that one, Devi.
The most important feature is evidential.
Mm-hmm. Evidential. What do we mean by evidential? So this is pretend. I am not open and I am not giving Devi a reading, but Devi, I'm standing on a stage. Devi's in the audience. Can I come to the bald woman with the big glasses? Give me a yes or a no.
Yes.
Okay. I've got a man coming forward. He died around about the age of 80. He had grey, wavy hair. I don't know what his name is, but I'm getting the initial P. That might be his name, or it might be something that you associate with him. Does any of this make sense to you?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this is make-believe.
Right.
We're just play acting to give you an example.
Right, because none of it made sense at all, actually. So.
Yeah, correct. I mean, as I said, I'm not open and I'm not doing a reading.
Right.
So I would keep going with evidence like this, and Devi would say yes, no, maybe. And I would keep going until I got to the point, Devi, are you happy that I've got your granddaddy?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Then we give an evidential message. So the message is not now. This is where I cringe when I'm sitting in a church and I see mediums doing this. your grandfather just wants to let you know that he loves you and everything's okay with him on the other side, and he's such a nice person, and can you take his love, and can I leave that with you?
No. I
Well,
know my granddaddy loves me.
yeah. Evidential readings go like, you've got an invoice sitting on the passenger seat of your car. Can you understand that?
Sure.
It's coloured green, just to confirm. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. It's for a car repair, isn't it? I mean, I know I said that, but just to confirm, it is a car repair.
Yes.
And it was a much bigger bill than you expected. Does that make sense to you? I mean, I don't know the amounts, but you were expecting maybe $300-400, and you've been hit with $3,000.
Yeah, it always is like that.
Yeah. Well, there's two things on the invoice. Can you understand that?
Yes.
I don't know which one it is. That's just a little bit too hard for me. But one of those has been overcharged by a couple of 100%. Basically, get in the car, get the invoice, go to another garage, get them to look at it, and then with the opinion of the other garage, go back to the garage that charged you. You're going to get a big reduction if you stand up. But they're going to... I don't think it was deliberate. I think it was a mistake. So you maybe want to go to the garage first, but be prepared to spend a little bit of time and money to go and get that, folks, is what we mean by an evidential message. I mean, I've got a video that I show in training videos where I'm actually talking about somebody's house, legal issues with a lawyer. I confirm that they're speaking to a legal professional. I confirm what it's about, and I tell them something that they need to do about it. So that is what we mean by evidential messages. Now, back to the consulting detective. When you're getting the evidence, most mediums get the evidence, but they don't have I shouldn't swear here because I'll get beeped, but they don't have an effing clue what to do with it. And that's how it gets translated into Daddy loves you, Mummy loves you. And it's the easiest cop-out in the world. I actually have people that do that. I even caught Devi doing that in one of the circles. And she got walloped like that.
Yes, I did. I got walloped. Now, to give me, I had a medical procedure that morning, so and I was very tired because I hadn't slept. So yes, to give myself a little bit of, I was confused.
And if you come to our circles, you learn how to do it, and I don't accept any excuses like I'm dying. That's fine.
I really was. I was a little confused.
Send me a message from the other side, Devi.
Okay.
Right. So back to the main topic of the subject, Scottish spiritualism. Think about it. Sherlock Holmes is walking around as the consulting detective, showing you how to put the clues together. We actually use the books of Sherlock Holmes in our training. That's one of the training manuals that we insist that people buy and read while they're sitting in circle. There's more to it than that, but let's go back to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who created the character. If you go back in history, he was alive 19th century, very early 20th century. And he is the greatest, well-known, famous spiritualist. He was not a medium. Now, don't confuse the fact that people can be described as spiritualists and as mediums. But his wife was
You don't have to be both.
No, you don't have to be both.
You can be a spiritualist without being a medium, or a medium without being a spiritualist.
But we don't take non-spiritual mediums seriously, Devi. We just don't take them seriously.
Well, considering that I'm not really a spiritualist, okay.
Yes, No. You are a spiritualist. Spiritualism is a religion, yes. And there are spiritualist churches. But I would describe myself as a Christian, and I'm not currently a member of a Christian church. I was when I grew up. I grew up as a Christian. I describe myself as a Christian because I do believe in God, and I do believe there was a man called Jesus. A lot of it I don't agree with, but it's enough for me to say I am a Christian spiritualist. Now, you don't have to be Christian to be a spiritualist, but
So I can be a pagan spiritualist?
absolutely.
Okay.
Let me ask you a few basic questions. Do you believe in a creator?
Creators?
Okay, same thing. Do you believe in life after death?
Yes.
Do you believe that you pay for what you do after you pass?
Yes.
Okay, those are three. I'm not going to go through all seven, but those are three of the fundamental principles of spiritualism. So whether you want to admit it or not, Devi, you would qualify as a spiritualist.
Okay, well, I also agree with all the Unitarian Universalist load of requirements that I read this weekend when I went to church with my mom. That doesn't make me a Unitarian Universalist.
I didn't say you were I didn't say you were a member of a spiritualist church. I said your beliefs would make you a spiritualist if you sat down and had a proper discussion with me. That's it.
Okay.
Let's do a topic. Let's do another conversation for that.
We'll have to do this one. Yes, we'll have to do this one.
We're getting sidetracked. But anyway, there are huge numbers of thousands of people that actively call themselves spiritualists. Many of them go to spiritualist churches. Many of them are members of spiritualist churches. Many of them are not. Many of them just go to the churches, but they actively describe themselves as spiritualists. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle fits that category. The difference between Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and 99.9 to infinity % of the rest of us is, number one, he wasn't a medium, whereas I am. Number two, he was famous and he wrote books and he used his money and he used his fame and he used his books to promote spiritualism. He actually had a famous proponent, I can't remember his name, who was the famous, he was the guy that chained himself up, and then Houdini? No, it wasn't, or was it Houdini? I can't remember, but there was a very famous person, actor, who used to chain himself up, sacks, chains, and on stage, he would get himself...
That would have to be Houdini at about that time frame. So,
yeah, correct. So the two of them were great rivals in terms of arguing. Houdini actually went round mediums and seances and church services trying to prove fraud. And he did uncover a lot of fraudulent mediums because there were a lot of physical mediums at the time. I mean, Helen Duncan is probably the most famous example. Foam coming out of her mouth, and it was real foam. Now, I'm not saying she wasn't a good medium. She was. But that was mental mediumship. At the time, everybody wanted physical evidence, so that's where the trickery came in. And that's where people like Houdini were catching them out. And by doing so, discredited the whole movement. And remember, at the time, I mean, this is the time when America had its first female presidential candidate.
Oh, yeah.
So this is all in the same time frame. Mediumship was a mega movement at the time. And Sir Arthur Conan Doyle spent something like $500,000 of his own money earned from Sherlock Holmes and other books, traveling the world, getting up on stage and actually arguing about spiritualism and why mental mediumship was proof of life after death and what that meant for everybody. I'm going to make a guess, and I haven't actually done the word count, but I think he's got more published words about spiritualism than he does about Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I think I remember reading that as well.
Yeah. So most people aren't even aware of those books. If you really want to know about spiritualism, I mean, he wrote remember this is 100 years ago. He wrote a 2-volume book that thick for each volume about the history of spiritualism at that point in time. So that just gives you an indication about how serious he was, how informed he was, and how influential he was. So, what does that mean for spiritualism? Well, number one, it's a very famous person who actually stands up for what we believe in. Number two, he created Sherlock Holmes. Did he deliberately create Sherlock Holmes to teach mediumship? I believe he did. Most other people don't believe it. He never actually said that.
If he wasn't a medium, then why would he do that?
Because his wife was.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, he's sleeping every night with a woman who is a medium. I'm quite sure they talked about what she did. I'm quite sure he tried to help. I mean, this is just personal. There is nowhere where he's said that he did that.
Yeah.
I just find it a little bit of a coincidence that 100 years later, I'm actively using methodologies that he put in his fictional books for a fictional character to teach people mediumship.
Right.
That's just a little bit...
Yeah. You could be right.
So, there you are. And the final thing that I mean, again, I've already laughed at this, but the final bit of importance is he was Scottish. Now, I keep throwing this statistic out, but apart from the fact that Scotland invented everything, including the American Navy, because that was created by a Scotsman, but Scottish spiritualism in the modern world, it is the most, in Scotland, it is the strongest, full stop. And that's just simply on account of the number of people per church. I mean, I keep quoting this, but in Scotland, we've got one spiritualist church to 31,000 people. America, as a direct comparison, where modern mediumship actually started. So at the time of Sherlock Holmes, mediumship as a movement or a religion, I mean, it wasn't a religion in those days, they would have described it as a movement, was strong enough to have the first American female presidential candidate in history an active medium standing for the presidency, and she had enough. Okay, I mean, she didn't even have a vote, and she was put in jail on the night of the election. So let's not say that she had a serious attempt at winning, but she was confident enough to stand and do it, and there were enough spiritualist females, and let's not get into the female history. We've done a whole 3 months on that. But at that time, mediumship, spiritualism was very strong in America. So, where did I start with all this? Yeah,
you lost me. I'm confused.
So, America statistic, people per spiritualist church, 3.25 million. Just imagine what your country would be like if you could get that number even down to 300,000 per spiritualist church, or 100,000 or 50,000. Just imagine the impact that would have on people and society if people get proof that there is life after death, on the kind of scale that anybody anywhere in Scotland can get. We're doing a whole 3 months on this, and I'm not going to sit and just rant and rave about Scottish for the whole night. I suppose the second bit I want to make is a lot of famous people in Scotland are spiritualists. For example, we're doing a broadcast. Now, we're not on television, but there might be somebody out there that is watching YouTube, our YouTube channel on the smart TV. The man that invented that TV was, wait for it, Scottish.
He says this every week, doesn't he?
I know. But what you don't know is he actually, in his autobiography, describes several spiritual experiences. I'm not going to describe him as a spiritualist because he wouldn't fit the core beliefs, but that was somebody, and he actually puts in the book what his personal theory is about how, and he'd invented more than TV. He is in the list of very famous Scottish inventors, but he actually believes that somebody from the other side was guiding him to make those inventions. Now, if that doesn't qualify for somebody that believes in life after death, what does?
Yes, true.
So, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, despite the fact that he created a very famous London-based historical character, was out and out Scottish, or at least I'm saying he was. Okay, folks.
And that's our time. So let's close up here.
So it's been a pleasure. No questions. Good night, Kimberly. And
thanks for watching.
Yes. Should have said this at the beginning, but you'll notice that the video entry that we do has been completely redone. Every one of our events has a new video. I might show them as we do other streams, and we've got a new out video as well. And
enjoy.
And the little boy in all the videos is not me. We just chose him to look cute and all the rest of it. Good night.
Good night.